Hello, my name is Sarah Hatchett, and I am the SVP and Chief Information Officer at the Cleveland Clinic. I'm here today to talk a little bit about AI in healthcare as it relates to strategy and prioritization. I'm going to share with you a number of learning objectives. The first one is to define key elements of what makes a good AI strategy. We're going to discuss the importance of governance to achieve our strategic goals. And we're going to review an example approach of how you might go about implementing this at an organization. Specifically for today's agenda, I'm going to be covering the context of how AI emerges within a changed world and how strategy is essential in order to see generative AI as a foundation for transformation at an organization. And then finally, we're going to be discussing steering and how the elements of a great steering process can actually accelerate innovation at an organization. Of course, the normal potential business value of AI is not going to materialize spontaneously. Leaders should guide their organization towards an era in which AI is not only creating tangible business value, but goes beyond to become a critical competitive differentiator and an industry disruptor. And we'll show today how great strategy and good governance accelerates AI innovation. So let's talk a little bit about the context of healthcare. Healthcare today faces significant challenges. Challenges in scaling our healthcare delivery models in a cost-effective fashion that still enhances the patient experience is a significant challenge. And we experience this every day. We are delivering care on the edge of financial stability throughout our industry. And growth in healthcare means doing more of the same, whether it's through more beds, more hospitals, more parking garages, more of the same type of delivery model. While at the same time, technology, AI, and specifically generative AI, provides us with a remarkable ability to process unstructured text in an intelligent way. And this has the potential to transform productivity in industries such as healthcare. This is the why now of healthcare. Healthcare has historically struggled to adopt new technologies. Traditional machine learning has been focused on just structured, discrete data. And now we see generative AI enabling a tenable extraction of complex information out of a messy, unstructured data platform. In many ways, you're seeing the promise of a lot of data that has been collected over the past few decades that can now actually inform and transform the healthcare delivery model. And as a result, we are at a unique inflection point where we have to embrace generative AI and drive the change that we want to see in healthcare. The future of the healthcare experience will involve digital interactions, more frictionless workflows, and advanced clinical care coming together to provide improved patient outcomes. Our goal of further digitalizing the healthcare system is to improve the user experience and outcomes for the patient and provider, while also driving operational efficiencies on the back end. Emerging technologies are being leveraged to enable value and add operational use cases across the hospital operation industry. The future of healthcare needs to be resilient and elastic and will be powered by both technology and automation. Besides all of the outlandish hype around AI, turning the promise of AI into reality is not a given. According to a recent Gartner research study, 49% of all leaders highly involved in AI report that their organizations struggle to estimate and demonstrate the value of AI. Many find it challenging to go beyond the piloting of AI and to scale it across the organization and achieve higher strategic impact, identifying value opportunities that are most relevant to their business strategy and markets. Successful value creation with AI requires more than just technology. The lack of the right investments of data, change management, AI literacy, risk mitigation, trust, governance, all of this goes on and on. These are all significant obstacles to AI success and value realization. AI is only just getting started and will continue to evolve rapidly. With AI being both a catalyst and a disruptor of business and markets, healthcare organizations are challenged to frequently update their AI and business strategies. So where do we go from here? Let's take a look at the key elements of what consists of an effective AI strategy. I'll be going over each of these in more detail in the subsequent slides. First is defining a vision and a value proposition. The next will be building a prioritized roadmap of key initiatives. And then finally, securing investments through key business cases. So let's take a look at these. The first one is defining a vision for the strategy. Organizations should create an AI strategy that revolves around a vision that's fully aligned with your business goals, market conditions, and competitive pressures regarding the use of AI. Additionally, the AI strategy should identify key value opportunities as well as risks. Formulating a vision involves getting together with key C-level stakeholders to answer the question about the importance of AI to the organization, given its goals. Is this a key priority for the organization now? How critical is AI to the future? And how close is that future? To which business units and stakeholders is the AI strategy most relevant, and what is their involvement? These are the types of questions that you might ask in the board level conversation around our AI ambitions. The next would be to determine key drivers. These could be business trends as to how AI is going to impact your specific market or other factors relevant to the healthcare organization. Perhaps it's around competitors and how new entrants are leveraging AI to differentiate different services or business lines. In what areas of the organization might be vulnerable? And what are the organization's competitive moats? We may want to understand what technology trends, both current and future impacts, that might be most relevant to the organization in a SWOT analysis or other type of activity to be able to identify what are your key drivers. And of course, no driver conversation is complete without risks. We want to understand what the organization's vision is for responsible, ethical, and secure use of AI. In addition to compliance, ethics, security, reputation, these are the areas we want to understand where AI may pose some risk and proactively anticipate by developing action plans to mitigate those risks. Or at a minimum, identify a council or a committee who's committed to providing oversight and make decisions regarding the use of AI. Finally, once you've identified a vision based on goals, identified the key drivers, you'll want to make sure that there's alignment with other business strategies at play. And this is going to be a constant process, not only alignment, but realignment as those business strategies continue to evolve. We're going to want to seek to continuously update synergies and complementary strategies such as digital transformation, data and enterprise analytics, for example, and other care model evolutions as it relates to the use of AI. Build in a process in which you're constantly evaluating whether your AI strategy continues to serve the need as other business strategies evolve. All right, now that we have established a vision, next we're going to take a look at developing our portfolio. An AI strategy is about goal setting. Obviously, it in of itself is not enough to achieve value creation with AI. The strategy also has to be executed. This is why an AI strategy must address value creation through an AI portfolio. It will be important to identify strategic value priorities for the AI portfolio. And again, this gets to what are the levels of ambition with respect to applying AI? For example, will AI be used mostly to improve existing business, or extend or disrupt your current business lines? How much funding should go into these ambition levels and to which business areas? How do these priorities relate to specific business objectives? For example, if the business objective is to cut costs, then the AI use cases that impact costs should take priority. However, if the objective is to improve patient engagement or caregiver engagement, then AI use cases that support patient engagement or experience should take priority. In other words, what business areas are the most important opportunities for AI to create real value? Once you've established a value proposition, you will make the AI strategy executable by setting priorities in a portfolio of concrete business-related AI initiatives, by setting planning goals to build and mature the use of AI over time. Typically, these are a combination of AI use cases with complementary business cases. Of course, we have to think about what's the problem we're trying to solve, and then how specifically we are going to get there. In each of these areas, the business goals of the use of AI can be tied back directly. It could be a catalyst for new or currently unaddressed business opportunities or challenges, and you're going to measure that through a series of disciplined KPIs that'll be measurements for how we're going to measure the value that AI creates. In fact, there may be existing business objectives and metrics that we want to directly impact or potentially create new ones. It'll be important to understand the art of the possible from both within and outside your particular organization and using metrics to measure the overall success. So once you have a value proposition and a set of initiatives with metrics defined, you can then use a prioritization framework to create your roadmap for execution. And again, you're going to want to prioritize the AI projects that deliver measurable value, whether again, that's through cost savings, improved patient outcomes, enhanced operational efficiency, or even new revenue streams. And you'll want to create a balance of both short-term and long-term goals. A mix of quick wins with more ambitious projects in the AI portfolio will help you build momentum and demonstrate value early on. Next, we will talk about AI steering. As I mentioned earlier, good governance accelerates AI innovation. And AI is very difficult to govern because enterprises must meet the demands for safety and value under conditions that involve complexity, ambiguity, and even rapid technology evolution. Scaling AI without governance is ineffective and potentially dangerous. Society calls for organizations to be transparent, accountable, and ethical, and governance is extremely important and necessary to meet those demands while balancing value and risk. We will cover governance more formally in a subsequent session. But what I'd like to do is differentiate governance, which is focused on compliance, risk, monitoring, etc., from steering, which is at a higher level and focused on managing your AI ambition and how that translates into a portfolio of investments and initiatives. Steering is an important level that will reflect a cross-functional and predictive nature of this AI paradigm. Consider creating an AI steering framework that is an extension of the existing steering or strategy framework already in effect at your enterprise. This will help you take advantage of the existing and familiar approaches while basically making the task of AI governance less daunting and more easily understood. There can, however, be a differentiation in the scope and approach of an AI steering as opposed to an overall steering, and that's going to need to be clearly articulated in terms of the role, whether that's overseeing the strategy, aligning projects with organizational goals, managing risks, fostering innovation, or even just championing a culture around the use of AI. The AI steering scope could be specific area of focus, say, for example, in the clinical space or in the operations space or both. The AI steering could be focused on patient engagement, for example, or you could have a single group that combines all of those needs. It will be important to early on to define the scope and approach of what AI steering you will want to leverage, what model you will want to leverage at your particular organization. One thing that's an important key success factor, however, is to assemble a diverse and skilled team of multidisciplinary key stakeholders that have clear line of sight into what their roles and responsibilities will be and what decision rights they can take on. So you may want to include members of key departments, of course, clinical, operational, but perhaps also legal and compliance, or of course, IT and data science. You'll want to make sure that there's senior leaders who are empowered to make strategic decisions and allocate resources. You may also want to consider including external experts or consultants who maybe have more background in AI, especially if that is a gap at your particular organization. Of course, from a decision rights perspective, you want clear roles and responsibilities, such as evaluating projects, monitoring compliance, and again, achieving overall outcomes. This will be the key group that will observe the measurements and the metrics that you defined early on to make sure that the roadmap is indeed performing as expected. It also might be the group who would make decisions around whether trial periods or pilots would be expanded at scale across your organization, really evaluating that business case and deciding the efficacy of different initiatives. The last role of AI steering is to really activate your enterprise by building a culture of collaboration and innovation, and being a point of communication out to the rest of the organization around what it is that we're working on and what our goals and objectives are. This group can promote collaboration between departments, given that it's a cross-functional group. It would also be important to knowledge share and create similar enterprise scale solutions that meet a diversity of needs. This steering can champion the support of resources, proof of concepts and pilots to really allow the innovation of AI happening throughout the organization while there's still sort of a central point of visibility and success throughout. Finally, we'll take a look at an example AI process. It's important to be disciplined in our process. We want to make sure the strategy, business case, and product definition are all in place. And then we will assess each of the ideas that we have across our potential approaches of build, buy, or partner. It's essential that we follow this process to make sure that we remain aligned with our strategy, to focus on value proposition and key objectives, and then align with stakeholders, both clinical and non-clinical. We can align on the problem statement, the what we want and the why, and evaluate whether we have outcomes that we want to scale. In summary, it will be important to develop an AI strategy with clear line of sight to business value and outcomes. We want to create a governance structure that ensures alignment and agility. And that strategy has a focus on execution of initiatives that have well-defined use cases and complementary business cases. With that, I would like to conclude by saying, certainly there is a lot of hype out there around AI. Its potential for transformation in healthcare is real, and it will be important for you to align with your overall organization on developing an AI strategy that meets your overall ambitions. Thank you. Good luck. Have a great day.